On a far planet, the alien warrior women thought they were the strongest in the galaxy. Their planet, named Elena, was filled with huge blue trees and mountains with silver stones. Every year, the warrior women met in the main city to show who was the best fighter. The leader, Commander Lyra, always won. She was taller than most humans, with pale green skin and bright yellow eyes. Lyra loved to prove that her people were powerful. One day, the Alien Council sent a message. A group of humans from Earth was coming to visit Elena. Lyra and her warriors laughed when they heard the news. They thought humans were weak and slow. "I bet they cannot even lift a stone," one warrior joked. "Maybe we should show them how real warriors live," said another. Everyone agreed that the humans would not last long on their planet. When the human spaceship landed, the whole city came to watch. Out of the ship came two humans, a young man named Jack and a young woman named Amy. Jack was friendly and smiled at everyone. Amy looked curious and kept looking around at the buildings and alien people. Both wore simple suits and had small bags with them. They did not look strong or dangerous to the aliens. Commander Lyra walked up to the humans with her main warriors behind her. She stood tall and crossed her arms. "Welcome to Elena. I hope you are ready for our tests," she said with a proud voice. Jack nodded and said, "Thank you for welcoming us. We want to learn about your world." Amy smiled and added, "We are happy to meet you all." Some of the alien warriors started to giggle. One of them, named Talai, whispered, "Do you think they even know what a real challenge is?" Another mirror looked at Jack's hands and said quietly, "His arms are thin. Maybe he cannot even climb the city stairs." Jack heard the comments, but did not look upset. Amy noticed too, but she just stood close to Jack and waited. Commander Lyra decided to start with the first test. She chose a simple challenge, lifting a heavy stone. The stone was big and smooth, as heavy as 3 humans. The alien warriors lifted it with no problem, smiling and showing off their strength. When it was Jack's turn, he tried his best but could not lift the stone. The aliens cheered and clapped, feeling proud. "See," Lyra said, "Earthlings are not strong like us." Jack smiled and shrugged. "Maybe I'm not the strongest, but I can try again," he said. The aliens laughed, thinking he was making excuses. Amy watched Jack and nodded to him. She said softly, "There are many kinds of strength." Next, the aliens showed the humans their training grounds. The place was full of climbing walls, running tracks, and strange machines for training. The alien warriors moved fast and showed their best moves. Jack and Amy watched and tried to copy some moves, but they were slower and fell a few times. The alien women continued to make fun of them. "Humans are not built for this," one warrior said loudly. As the day went on, Jack and Amy tried every challenge. They never gave up, even when they failed. The alien warriors noticed that the humans did not get angry or sad. Instead, Jack smiled each time he failed and thanked the aliens for letting him try. Amy always tried to find a new way to solve the problem or make the challenge easier. As the sun set, Lyra met with her warriors. "They are weak, but they do not give up," Lyra said. Myra nodded. "They keep trying, even when we laugh at them." Talai frowned. "Maybe they have something we do not understand." Jack and Amy sat by their small camp at night, looking at the stars. Jack said, "They are strong, but they do not know us yet." Amy nodded. "Maybe tomorrow we can show them something new." The first day ended with the alien warrior women still laughing at the humans, but a few started to wonder why the Earthlings never gave up. Soon, everything on Elena would change. The second day on Elena started early for Jack and Amy. The sky was still a soft purple when the alien warrior women gathered in the main training ground. Commander Lyra was already there, standing in the center with her arms crossed. She called everyone closer and announced that today would be a day of contests. The other warriors cheered and smiled. They were sure the humans would fail. Jack looked at Amy and gave her a small smile. Amy squeezed his hand wishing him luck. Lyra pointed at Jack. Today you will compete against us. First, a contest of strength. Show us what humans can do. Jack stepped forward. Two warriors brought out a long, thick metal bar. It was heavier than any bar he had ever lifted before. The alien warriors showed off by lifting the bar above their heads with ease. Jack tried to do the same. His muscles strained, and his face turned red, but he could only lift it a little before he had to stop. The warriors laughed. Humans are not built for this, one of them said loudly. Instead of looking angry, Jack nodded and smiled. You are very strong, he said. I cannot match your strength, but I want to try again. He tried a second time. He did not lift the bar much higher, but he did not give up. Lyra watched him, her eyes curious. No one else had ever asked to try again after failing. After the strength contest, Lyra chose a running race. The track went around the city walls and through rocky paths. The alien warriors started first and ran fast, their feet barely touching the ground. Jack did his best, running with all his energy. Amy watched him and cheered from the side. Jack could not keep up with the alien women, but he kept going even when he was tired and out of breath. By the time Jack crossed the finish line, the alien warriors had already finished and were resting. Jack was sweating, breathing hard, but he smiled and thanked them for letting him run. The aliens looked at him, confused. Most visitors will be embarrassed or upset after losing so many times. But Jack only seemed more determined. Amy spent the contest watching and taking notes. She noticed how the aliens worked together and how they cheered for each other. She also saw that they used different techniques than humans did. Amy tried to talk to a young warrior named Myra. At first, Myra just laughed and said, "You humans are slow." But Amy asked, "Can you show me how you move your feet so quickly?" Myra was surprised, but agreed to teach her a few steps. Amy listened carefully and thanked her for the lesson. Lyra watched all of this. She saw that Jack never gave up, and Amy always asked questions and learned new things. After lunch, Lyra decided to give Jack one more test. This time, it was an endurance contest. The warriors had to hold heavy stones above their heads for as long as possible. The sun was hot, and sweat ran down everyone's faces. One by one, the warriors put their stones down. Jack lasted longer than two of the younger warriors, even though his arms shook. When he could not hold the stone any longer, he let it fall gently and smiled. "Thank you for letting me try," he said again. Some of the alien women stopped laughing. Talai, who had made jokes before, now watched Jack with respect. "He is not strong like us, but he does not quit," she whispered to Myra. Myra nodded. "Maybe. There is more to strength than muscles." At the end of the day, Lyra gathered everyone together. "Jack and Amy, you may not have won any contest today," she said, "but you showed something important. You keep trying, and you do not get angry when you lose. That is not what we expected from Earthlings." Jack smiled. "We want to learn from you, and maybe you can learn from us too." As the stars came out, Amy and Jack sat near their camp and talked about the day. "I think we are starting to change their minds," Amy said. Jack nodded, feeling tired but happy. "Tomorrow, let's try to show them what humans are really good at." That night, some of the alien warriors talked quietly among themselves. For the first time, they were not laughing about the humans. Instead, they wondered what the Earthlings would do next. The contest had not gone as they expected. Something was changing on Elena, and no one knew what would happen next. On the third day, the alien warriors wanted to try something new. Commander Lyra told everyone that today's contest would not be about strength or speed. Instead, it would be a test of intelligence and problem solving. This made Jack and Amy feel hopeful. They knew humans were often good at solving problems in clever ways. Lyra brought out a strange puzzle made from shining stones and metal pieces. The puzzle was large and shaped like a star. No one from Elena had solved it yet, not even the best warriors. Lyra explained the rules. Each person had to move the pieces to make a special pattern in the middle. Whoever finished fastest would win. The aliens watched with bright eyes, expecting Jack and Amy to give up quickly. Mira, the young warrior, was the first to try. She moved the pieces with skill, but the puzzle became more difficult as she went. After a few minutes, she shook her head and gave up. Talai tried next, but she became frustrated and left the puzzle unsolved. Some of the other warriors tried, but no one finished it. Jack studied the puzzle before he started. He touched the pieces gently and turned them slowly, thinking hard. Amy watched and noticed that Jack always paused to look at the whole puzzle before making a move. He remembered games from Earth that were like this. Slowly, Jack began to see a pattern. He moved the stones one by one, making sure each piece fit. It took a long time, but at last, Jack finished the pattern. The star in the middle glowed with a soft blue light. Everyone was quiet. Then the aliens started to clap. Jack smiled, feeling proud. Lyra was surprised. No one has finished that puzzle before, she said. How did you do it? Jack said. On Earth, we play many games like this. We learned to look at the whole problem, not just each piece. Amy's turn was next. Lyra chose a different challenge for her. She gave Amy a box of plants and asked her to make a medicine for a simple wound. Amy looked at the plants, smelled them, and remembered her lessons from Earth. She mixed 2 plants and made a small paste. Then she explained how it could help heal cuts. Lyra put some on her arm, and soon the small cut began to close. Some of the alien warriors were amazed. How did you know which plants to use? Asked. Myra. Amy said, on Earth, we study plants and how they help people. Sometimes, we learn by watching animals. Now the alien warriors looked at the humans in a new way. They saw that Jack and Amy were not just trying to win. They were using their minds and learning from every challenge. A few warriors like Myra and Talai started to ask questions about Earth. What games do you play? Do all humans know how to make medicine? Jack and Amy answered as best as they could. They told stories about Earth schools and games, about how people help each other and solve problems together. The aliens listened closely, their eyes wide. Later that day, Commander Lyra met with her top warriors. They are not strong like U.S., but they have skills we do not have, she said. Maybe we can learn something from them. As the sun set, Myra sat with Amy and tried to copy how she made the medicine. Amy helped her, showing her each step. Jack and Talai played a simple puzzle game from Earth using small rocks and sticks. They laughed when they made mistakes, and soon other warriors joined in to play. By the end of the day, the camp felt different. The warriors were still proud of their strength, but they began to respect the humans for their ideas and kindness. Jack and Amy felt less like outsiders. They knew the next day would bring new challenges, but now they had a few friends on Elena. That night, Amy and Jack sat under the stars. I think we are starting to fit in, Amy said. Jack nodded. They are strong, but they are also curious. Maybe we can help each other. In the darkness, Commander Lyra watched the humans and her warriors. She wondered what other secrets these visitors from Earth might have. She began to plan the next test, one that would push everyone to their limits, human and alien alike. The next morning, everyone in the alien camp woke up early. The sky was gray, and a soft wind blew through the trees. Commander Lyra called all the warriors and the humans to the center of the camp. She said, "Today you will join us in a survival challenge. You will come with us into the wild lands and see if you can last a full day and night." The alien warriors grinned. They believed Jack and Amy would give up before the sun went down. Jack and Amy packed their small bags. They brought a water bottle, a little food, and a thin blanket. Jack was excited, but a little nervous. Amy checked her bag twice and made sure she had her notebook. The alien warriors only took a few tools with them. Lyra led the group into the forest, walking fast. The wild lands were full of tall trees, strange plants, and loud animal calls. The air smelled sweet and sharp at the same time as they moved. Deeper into the woods, Lyra explained the rules. Each group must find food, water, and shelter before night. You may work together or alone, but you must not come back to camp until morning. The warriors looked at Jack and Amy with smiles that were not friendly. Mira and Talai, however, looked less sure. They had started to like the humans. Jack and Amy walked together. Amy said, "Let's watch the others and see what they do." They saw the alien warriors searching for fruit and digging up roots with sharp sticks. Lyra climbed a tree and picked leaves that she crushed into powder. Jack and Amy looked for water. Jack remembered seeing a stream near the edge of the forest. He listened for the sound of water and led Amy through the bush. Soon, they found a clear stream. Amy used a small cup to collect water. She boiled it using a tiny heater they brought from their ship. While they rested, they saw Talai and Mira struggling to make a fire. Jack went over and showed them how to use a small piece of metal and a rock to make sparks. Soon, a small fire burned between the four of them. Amy smiled and offered them a bit of boiled water. Mira tasted it and said, "This is good. How did you make the fire so fast?" Jack said, "My father taught me when I was a boy. It's simple when you know how." Talai nodded and watched carefully. After the fire was ready, the group started to look for food together. Jack and Amy showed the others how to make traps with vines and sticks. They caught a small animal and shared the meat with the alien warriors. Amy found wild berries and explained which ones were safe. She helped Myra wrap a small cut with a leaf dot by sunset. The small group had built a shelter using branches and leaves. They sat around their fire, eating and talking. The other alien warriors watched from their own camps, surprised to see Jack and Amy working so well with Mira and Talai. That night, the forest was dark and full of strange noises. A large animal walked near the camp, its eyes glowing in the firelight. The alien warriors wanted to fight it, but Jack told everyone to stay quiet. He threw a stick far into the woods, and the animal chased the noise away from the camp. Myra whispered, "That was clever. I would have tried to fight it." Jack smiled and said, "Sometimes it is better to use your mind than your strength." Amy checked everyone for injuries and made sure the fire stayed bright. She told Myra and Talai about Earth and how people work together to survive. The alien warriors listened and asked many questions. In the morning, Commander Lyra came to check on everyone. She found Jack, Amy, Myra, and Talai awake and in good shape. The shelter was strong and everyone looked rested. Lyra was surprised. "I did not expect you to last the night," she said. Jack replied, "We worked together. That made everything easier." As the group walked back to camp, Myra and Talai talked with the humans. They wanted to learn more about Earth's ways. Other warriors watched and listened, some feeling curious instead of proud. That day changed something in the camp. The humans were no longer seen as weak outsiders. Jack and Amy had shown that clever ideas and teamwork were just as important as strength. Even Commander Lyra began to wonder if maybe there was more to Earthlings than she first thought. The sun rose high, and the new friends walked together, ready for whatever came next. The next evening, the camp was quiet. Everyone was tired after the survival challenge, but Commander Lyra had planned a meeting near the fire. She wanted everyone to talk about what they had learned, but before they could start, a loud noise echoed from the forest. The ground shook. Something was coming. Jack stood up first and looked into the darkness. Amy moved closer to the other warriors, her eyes wide. The trees parted and a large wild beast came into the light. It had dark fur, sharp teeth, and long claws. The alien warriors grabbed their weapons. Some tried to look brave, but everyone was scared. Mira shouted, "It is the night beast. We must fight." Lyra gave quick orders to her warriors. "Circle. Around. Protect the camp." The alien women charged at the beast, swinging their spears. The creature roared and knocked two of them to the ground. Amy ran to help the fallen warriors, pulling them back from the edge of the fight. Jack did not grab a weapon. Instead, he watched the beast carefully. He remembered what he learned on Earth about wild animals. Sometimes, fighting is not the best way. He picked up a burning stick from the fire and waved it in the air. The beast saw the fire and stepped back, growling. Jack shouted and threw the burning stick past the creature, into the woods. The beast followed the fire's light and ran after it, disappearing into the darkness. For a moment, no one moved. Then, the alien warriors began to cheer. Myra hugged Amy and laughed with relief. Lyra walked over to Jack, breathing hard. She had been scratched by the beast's claw, and her arm was bleeding. Amy quickly tore a piece of cloth and helped stop the bleeding. She used a leaf she found during the survival challenge and pressed it on Lyra's wound. Myra helped too, remembering what Amy had shown her before. Jack checked on the other warriors. Two had hurt their legs, and one was in shock. Jack and Amy worked together to carry the wounded to the shelter they had built. The fire kept the wild animals away. The night was long, but everyone felt safer with the humans nearby. As the stars moved across the sky, Amy watched over the injured. She talked quietly to them and made sure they were not afraid. Jack helped keep the fire burning and checked the camp for danger. Even Talai, who used to laugh at the humans, helped Jack gather wood. In the morning, the sun rose slowly. The camp was safe, but everyone was tired and sore. Lyra's wound was better, thanks to Amy's care. She looked at Jack and said, "You saved us last night." "I was wrong to think humans are weak," Myra nodded. "You used your mind, not just your strength." Talai smiled at Amy. "You healed us with things from the forest. No one else knew how." For the first time, the alien warriors thanked Jack and Amy with real respect. The camp was quiet for a moment, and then Lyra said, "Today we will rest and share our stories." Jack and Amy sat by the fire with the others. They talked about Earth and told stories about their families. The alien warriors listened closely. Some wanted to learn more about healing. Others wanted to know how to build traps or make a fire quickly. Jack and Amy shared everything they knew. During the day, some of the warriors helped Jack fix the camp. Amy showed Myra and Talai how to use simple tools from the humans' bags. They worked together, laughing and telling jokes. Jack taught too, young warriors how to make a safe camp at night. Amy helped Lyra practice using a sling for her arm. As the sun set again, Lyra called everyone together. She said, "This was a hard night, but we survived because we helped each other. Jack and Amy, you showed us that being smart and kind can save lives. We will never forget that." Myra and Talai came to Jack and Amy before bed. Myra said, "Thank you for helping us. Will you teach us more tomorrow?" Jack smiled and agreed. Amy hugged them both and said, "We are friends now." The camp was peaceful that night. The stars shone brighter, and the forest felt less scary. Everyone knew things had changed. Jack and Amy were no longer strangers. They were now part of the group. Even Commander Lyra began to feel different. She wondered what else humans could teach them. As everyone fell asleep, Jack and Amy looked at each other and felt happy. They knew they had done something good on Elena. The next day started with a new feeling in the camp. The alien warriors were friendlier to Jack and Amy. Some even smiled and waved when they saw them. Jack felt more relaxed. Amy felt excited to share more ideas. Commander Lyra gathered everyone and said, "Today we will train together. Humans and warriors will learn from each other." This was a big change from the first day when the aliens only wanted to win and make fun of the Earthlings. Jack and Amy stood with the warriors in the large training field. Lyra told Jack to show them one exercise from Earth. Jack thought for a moment, then taught them how to do a simple team relay race. He split everyone into two teams, mixing humans and aliens together. At first, the alien warriors did not understand why they needed to pass a stick to the next runner. But soon, They laughed and cheered each other on. They realized that working as a team was just as fun as winning alone. After the relay race, Amy showed everyone how to make a simple shelter with blankets and rope. Myra and Talai watched closely. They asked many questions. Amy explained that on Earth, people work together to build things quickly when there is a storm or danger. Lyra nodded and said, "We always build alone. Maybe together is better." In the afternoon, the group practiced more challenges. This time, the rules were different. Everyone had to work with someone from another world. Jack was paired with Talai to build a fire, and Amy worked with Lyra to fix a broken water pipe in the camp. At first, it was not easy. Jack and Talai used different methods and made mistakes, but they learned from each other. In the end, their fire burned bright. Lyra was surprised that Amy fixed the water so fast. She said, "You see things in a new way. I like that." As the day went on, the aliens and humans talked more. They shared stories and skills. Jack taught the warriors a game called Rock Toss, which made everyone laugh. Amy showed Myra how to write simple Earth letters in the dirt. Myra practiced her name and smiled at Amy. In the evening, Lyra called everyone to the fire. "Today we became a better team," she said. "Jack and Amy, you taught us to trust others and share ideas." Jack thanked the group and said, "We learned from you too. We saw your strength and courage." Later that night, Jack and Amy sat by the fire with Myra and Talai. The four friends talked about their dreams. Myra said she wanted to visit Earth one day. Amy said, "You would like Earth. People are different, but they help each other." The camp felt safe and happy. There was no more laughter at Jack and Amy. Now, there was real respect. Even Lyra looked at the humans like equals. Before bed, she gave them a gift, a small silver badge that showed they were part of the warrior group. Jack put the badge in his pocket and smiled at Amy. "We did it. We changed their minds." Amy squeezed his hand. "And maybe they changed ours, too." The stars shined above Elena. Jack and Amy felt like they belonged. The alien warriors were now their friends. Together, they had built something new, a team that was stronger because everyone helped each other. The next day, they would plan for the future, not just more tests. Life on Elena would never be the same. As the new day began, Jack and Amy walked through the camp feeling like things had truly changed. The alien warriors greeted them with smiles, and some even called out friendly words. Commander Lyra asked everyone to gather for an important meeting. She stood tall and strong, but her voice was kinder now. She said, "We have learned much from our friends from Earth. Today, we will decide together how we can keep working as one team." Everyone sat in a large circle under the blue trees. Jack and Amy sat with Myra and Talai, who were now their good friends. The warriors talked about what they had learned from the humans. Myra said, "I learned that there is more to life than being strong. Thinking, helping, and working together are just as important." Talai agreed. "I like building the shelter and playing games with Jack and Amy. I want to teach my friends too." Commander Lyra looked at Jack and Amy. "You changed our minds. Before you came, we thought humans were weak. Now we see that your courage and kindness are a different kind of strength." Jack thanked Lyra and said, "We learned from you too. You showed us bravery and how to stay strong in hard times." For the next few days, humans and aliens trained together every day. They shared stories, ideas, and jokes. Jack taught everyone new games from Earth. Amy helped the warriors learn simple first aid and more about plants and medicine. Myra and Talai became leaders among the younger warriors, showing them what they learned from the humans. The old ways of mocking and laughing at outsiders slowly disappeared. One afternoon, Lyra invited Jack and Amy to a special ceremony in the main city square. The people of Elena gathered to watch. Lyra stepped forward and put a colorful sash around Jack and Amy's shoulders. She said, "You are now honorary members of our warrior clan. We are proud to call you family." The crowd cheered, and some people even cried. Jack and Amy smiled and bowed in respect. A few days later, it was time for Jack and Amy to return to Earth. Mira and Talai walked with them to their ship. Mira said, "I will miss you. Please come back one day." Amy hugged her and said, "We will always remember you. We are friends forever." Talai gave Jack a small stone as a gift. "This is for luck. You helped us become better." As the humans boarded their ship, they looked back at the camp. The alien warriors waved and called out kind words. Lyra saluted Jack and Amy, a true sign of respect. Jack waved back and said, "Goodbye, friends. We will see you again." The ship rose into the sky. Amy watched through the window as the world of Elena became small and far away. Jack sat beside her, holding the lucky stone. "Do you think they will be okay?" he asked. Amy nodded. "Yes, they are strong and smart, and now they know how to work together." Back on Earth, Jack and Amy shared their story with everyone. People listened in amazement. They talked about how they learned from the aliens and how the aliens learned from them. Soon, other humans wanted to visit Elena too. A new friendship grew between the two worlds. The alien warriors never forgot Jack and Amy. They kept working together and welcomed new visitors with open arms. They never laughed at outsiders again. Instead, they showed kindness and respect too. Although Jack and Amy changed Elena forever, but they also changed themselves. They learned that strength comes in many forms, and the best teams are built with trust, respect, and friendship. As they looked up at the stars each night, they knew that somewhere their friends on Elena were thinking of them too.